What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2024-25 Select EPL Hobby box from Panini. These dropped on the Panini website for $300, which is almost 20% more than last year's boxes. But as always, we're here to show you guys what this product's all about, and stick around to the end of the video to see the rating. But let's get right into it, guys. If you enjoy this kind of content and want to see more, consider dropping a like down below and subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and really helps us grow, and helps with the YouTube algorithm and all that awesome stuff. And when you click on eBay search links on this page and make a purchase, it can result in us earning a commission, which supports us in the long run as part of the eBay Partner Network. So this is going to be a 5x12 format, 60 cards total, and we should be getting 5 numbered cards per box, and any combination of 3 autos or mems. So, I mean, this is what they look like up on the screen. But usually you'll end up with 1 or 2 autos, and then the rest will be mems. Sometimes strange boxes will have multiple autos, 3 to 4, like the one we got not too long ago. But in terms of parallels, I'll put up a reference table on the screen for you guys to see the differences with the last couple seasons. And actually, I forgot to show you guys all the size of the boxes before I put the table up. So it's just the case info, which we will get into later on. Here's everything that you could get according to the box. But like we said, here is a reference table on the screen to help you guys visualize things. And as you guys can see, they did remove the zebra for whatever reason, and then they added the bronze checker, honeycomb, and the tessellation, which is basically a design pattern of like overlapping shapes with like no gaps in between. Not sure why they added tessellation, but here we are. And surprisingly, the print run is actually basically the same as last year, with a tiny reduction that puts things a little under 3,000 cases or so for hobby boxes. But in terms of case hits, those are going to be our usual artistic impressions, visionary, stained glass, and then after that we have team badges once again, and the new honeycomb parallels from what we've seen so far from La Liga Select. But let's get started and let's see what we can get from pack number 1 here. We can open it normally, doesn't look like it, but here we go. So a lot of these, yeah, just like La Liga, a lot of these are going to be flipped in a very new design for whatever reason, or a new order, I should say. So this is what the cards look like. This is the base design. Then we have our first insert, equalizers, and then we have this here. So let's do a semi-slow reveal for Casey McAteer. So this is going to be our first non-numbered parallel. It's going to be red for Leicester City. And if this is your first time seeing a Select product, we always do have to mention it. The most important thing to know is that you have 3 main rarity levels, which are going to be the terrace level, mezzanine level, and the field levels. And terrace is going to be the most common, mezzanine is the uncommon level, and then field is the least common. So this one is going to be terrace. It says it on the back. They all say it in like different locations for whatever reason, but this is the design for terrace. And then this is field that we saw earlier. It should say it on the back all the way down here. And then we have, I'm hoping we get a mezzanine here, and there it is, mezzanine. And this is going to have this little, ooh, we got a redemption here. All right, this is our mezzanine design. So let's put that over there, and let's do a slow reveal to see what the auto is going to be. So this can be very good or very bad. Okay, just the base. Pitch size signatures, number 17, Didier Drogba. Let's go. Look at that. Starting things off with a bang. Love to see it. I can't say I've seen a Drogba auto from the set. I have seen them in Prizm. But let's just put this in a top loader for good measure. And put this guy all the way center stage. So we got plenty of packs left. We could get multiple autos just like our La Liga box. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that video yet. But was that, yeah, that was pack 2, right? So, all right, let's see pack 3 here. So usually when you get a thicker card, that's a dead giveaway that you are going to be getting a either patch or mem. All right, there's our first regular numbered card, and it looks like Man City colors. Can this be a, what is this? Wait, I'm so confused. Hold on. I think maybe I did the, okay, there's definitely a card behind it. Okay, so Calvin Phillips, Ipswich, 86 out of 99. Our first numbered card is going to be pink. This is our multicolor. Rodri, Mr. Goat, who didn't play for the entire season, and then Man City's season fell apart. So that's how important he was. Mr. Ballon d'Or. All right. It's going to be really hard to keep up with that Drogba redemption there, but let's see. Maybe we get a 1 of 1. So here's Select Future. Bilal El Khanous is going to be one of our chase rookies, although not the main chase. So I'll get into that right now. So the rookie class is going to be very, very similar to the EPL Prizm set. I think the EPL Prizm set has maybe slightly more rookies, believe it or not, that we're chasing at least. But the two main ones that come to mind are, of course, the piped Miles Lewis Skelly, and then we have Mikey Moore as well. And okay, that is our patch. Let's put this over here. Let's take a look at this one. So, Evan Ilson. It's a very interesting patch. Can't say I've seen anything like that, but this is what they look like. They are pretty thick. They should fit in thicker card sleeves. You will not be able to fit them in regular penny sleeves. And then you can also put these in 130-point top loaders. It would be perfect for these. There we go, just to show you guys. And then all the other cards. So if we get a numbered card like this, regular Prizm, you should be able to fit it in a 35-point top loader. No problem. All right. So this one actually looks like it could be a field, but it's just an inserts, horizontal insert, snapshots, Mateus Fernandes. Not sure if anyone is chasing him at this point. The name does ring a bell. But moving to tier 2 rookies after MLS and Mikey Moore, what do we have here? Another filler. Let's get that out of the way. Jamie Vardy is having a party. Actually, maybe not so much. He's not going to play soccer ever again, probably. Actually, we'll see. He might actually go to a different club, but he's not going to be playing for Leicester. And Leicester got relegated. So here's a winter camo, 41 out of 49. Let's get this guy sleeved real quick, and then we'll do a recap at the end of the video, as we always do. But yeah, tier 2 rookies. Like I mentioned, we do have Tyler Dibbling, Lucas Bergvall, Bilal El Khanous, who we saw earlier, and then Archie Gray. I don't think Nico O'Reilly's in this set. So like I said, there are some rookies in the Prizm set that are not in this one, and I'm not 100% sure if there's any rookies in this set that are not in EPL Prizm, but it didn't seem like it at first glance at the checklist. Ooh, I knew I saw something nice here. Look at that, a multicolor field David Beckham set. That's what it looks like. The black 1 of 1 would probably look very, very sick, actually. So, interesting design how they put the name over the legs, but I don't know. I like it. Maybe it's because it's a throwback image. Big fan of Becks, of course. I don't know who isn't. There's got to be someone out there who's not a fan, but here is a field camo, Pedro Neto. All right, let's put this guy in a top loader as well. And there is Lucas Bergvall, who we just mentioned not too long ago. And I'm sorting these by levels, which is very helpful. Not like we're going to do a recap of the base, but moving to tier 3 rookies, we have Omari Hutchinson, Renato Vega, and Sam Amo Emia. All right, spoiler alert. This is going to be a very, very interesting way to reveal cards, but here is Diogo Jota. And this one is at a 150 with Hee-Chan Huang Blue, the rarest out of the non-numbered parallels, other than Honeycomb, of course. Honeycomb is a case hit. All right, we got a thicker pack. You can definitely feel these, but I'm sure you guys saw the fillers from earlier. Definitely one way to counteract weighing packs and then reselling them, so just be careful. Don't buy random packs from anyone on the street. Actually, let's put Sunny with the inserts, and then we have another filler. Just talking about these, and then a Mitoma field. All right. Almost done with the box. If you guys are getting any of these, let me know what your pulls are. Feel free to share images on our Discord, or just send us a message on Instagram. I think this is definitely one way to do this. But yeah, links in the description down below for our socials. But here we go. Unstoppable. Looks like we have either an auto or patch. I have a feeling it is going to be a patch. It is going to be Mikel Antonio, who recently recovered from a very, very severe car accident. But there it is. Not for any specific game or event. Very, very common for Panini. Got a wrong sleeve there. Much smaller. It didn't fit instantly. But all right, last 2 packs of this box. We are going to be doing group breaks. So check out our website, breakfastcards.com, if you want to join any case breaks. And hopefully we can pull you guys some bangers. Waiting to see a 1 of 1 from Select EPL. And our 3rd camo for the day is going to be Jefferson Lerma at a 150. And then we have this multicolor. It actually borderline looks blue, but with the white here, of course, it is going to be. Let me show you the difference. So here is a blue and here's a multicolor. So the Premier League, like purplish, navy, I don't know what you want to call it. And then white in the middle, just like last year. But let's put that one over there and let's see what pack number 12 has in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's flip this around. Hopefully there's a case hit in this last one. You never know. All right, doesn't look like it because we got Select Future Oscar Bob. And we have, nice, a silver field level Archie Gray. These do actually look really, really nice. So there's some similar elements to 2017 Select, I want to say. Just a few. But all right, let's do a recap real quick. Let me actually move these out of the way. So starting with the unnumbered parallels, we got 1, 2 multicolors, 3 multicolors. Then we got 2 reds and 1 blue. And then we just got like a honorable mention, silver Archie Gray rookie field there. And numbered cards, we should have had 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per box. Unfortunately, most of these are going to be high numbered in this box. Hopefully you guys get lower numbered cards than us. Then we got 2 patches. And the hit of the box, at least we got this one to save us here, Didier Drogba. A redemption, and hopefully he actually signs, well, I guess it doesn't really matter expiration date, but hopefully he signs sometime soon and not like 2-3 years down the line. But how do we feel about this set, guys? I'll put up the rating on the screen while we talk about it, but starting with the design, it's going to be exactly the same as the La Liga set that we reviewed. The terrace design is better than last year's, and the mezzanine feels cool, but like not quite selecty, if that makes sense. And the field design is nice in its own sharp-edged way this year. But yeah, the stained glass isn't really the best design out there among all the selects that came out recently, but it does look much better in person at least than the cell sheet. So a lot of people are kind of skeptical of the design, but I guess there's some saving grace for it. But Visionary looks exactly like Night Moves from last year's Donruss set for whatever reason, but at least the artistic impressions looks pretty clean and comes in clutch with a very, very simple design. So definitely more of a immaculate feel to the design, especially for like autos and mems. But in terms of base set size, no change once again, and basically no change to the print run as well, surprisingly, which, I'm glad they didn't like increase it, but it would still be nice to actually reduce it a little bit, especially with the 20% price increase. So the print run stayed the same and then the price increase, I don't really get it. It doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm guessing it has something to do with the last EPL Select for a while kind of deal. But yeah, just to put the current print run into perspective, it'll take you about like 10 cases to see a 1 of 1, plus or minus like a couple of cases, I'd say, compared to like La Liga, where it's only going to take you 4 to 5 cases to see a 1 of 1. But in terms of auto checklist, your main chases are going to be the good old David Beckham once again, Thierry Henry this time around, Dirk Kuyt actually this time around, Drogba like we got. We have Haaland, Sonny, and quite a few legends as well. We got Fernando Torres and a bunch of other names that I'm not going to mention because it's going to take forever. But overall, the rating should have stayed the same as last year, but different elements were changed here and there, and especially with the better overall rookie class, in my opinion, compared to last year, and a slightly better good auto ratio. It's kind of why things like even out this season, but gonna have to wait and see how these perform over the next few years with Topps getting the EPL license. Probably big potential for some nostalgic feels there. So yeah, it's just a matter of time before we find out. So just going to leave it at that, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Stick around for more content, group breaks, and giveaways. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.